The lights of Las Vegas burned with the intensity of destiny that night, and inside the MGM Grand Garden Arena, the atmosphere was electric, thick with anticipation and disbelief that two eras of boxing could collide in one ring. The crowd roared with divided loyalty, half draped in the red, white, and green of Mexico, chanting "Canelo, Canelo," while the other half glimmered with the flashing lights of TMT caps, chanting "Money, money, money," as Floyd Mayweather's entourage glided toward the ring in designer precision. Dressed in royal blue snakeskin trunks, Mayweather looked like a man walking not into battle, but into another night at the office, a calm, unshakable master of control. Across from him, Canelo Alvarez, young, powerful, and undefeated, walked in with the hopes of a nation behind him. His eyes burned with the fire of youth, of ambition, of the belief that this was his time. The Mexican Independence Weekend was his stage. Mayweather was the gatekeeper. As they met center ring, referee Kenny Bayless issued final instructions, and the two fighters touched gloves, not as equals, but as a prince bowing before a king. The bell rang, and silence broke into thunder. From the very first moments, Mayweather's genius was on display. His movement was poetry in motion, never rushed, never reactive. Canelo, bigger and stronger, came forward with patience, looking to land to the body, to wear the older man down. But Floyd's jab was a scalpel, slicing through the space between them, touching Canelo's face with effortless precision. The rhythm was already being dictated by the maestro. Mayweather's right hand, quick, straight, invisible, snapped through the guard whenever Canelo overcommitted. Every time the Mexican tried to trap him, Floyd pivoted, rolling his shoulder and slipping counters with surgical coolness. The young lion threw combinations to the arms, the chest, the air, anywhere but Floyd's head. Fans gasped, not from knockouts, but from disbelief at what they were witnessing. Defensive brilliance, so refined it looked unreal. By the end of the third round, Canelo's frustration began to brew. Mayweather was not just outboxing him, he was educating him. In the middle rounds, the tactical chess match deepened. Canelo's corner urged him to go to the body, to break Floyd's rhythm. But every attempt was punished. Mayweather's jab became a whip, flicking faster than the eye could follow. He was talking now, taunting Canelo between punches, smiling as his shoulder roll absorbed heavy leather. The crowd felt the subtle shift. What was meant to be a 50-50 contest was turning into a masterclass. Canelo tried everything, double jabs, feints, even moments of brawling, but Mayweather's timing dismantled it all. His footwork drew invisible lines in the canvas, moving just far enough to make Canelo miss by inches. At one point, Canelo landed a clean right hand to the body. The crowd erupted, but Floyd merely smirked, tapping his gloves as if to say, "That's cute." In the fourth and fifth rounds, Mayweather's combinations began to open up. Right hand upstairs, left hook counter, pivot out, reset. Every exchange left Canelo swinging at ghosts. What made it worse was Floyd's economy. He wasn't wasting energy, not even breathing hard, while Canelo's face started to redden from missed effort. The lesson was being taught slowly, mercilessly, and the master was in full control. By round 6, the fight's rhythm had become a demonstration of dominance wrapped in deception. Canelo, frustrated but determined, began pressing harder, cutting the ring, but Mayweather's angles were immaculate. Floyd stood near the ropes, baiting him in, slipping under hooks, rolling off uppercuts, and firing pinpoint counters. The right hand from Floyd landed so clean, it looked choreographed. He tapped the body, popped the jab, then snapped the straight right, and each punch found a home. The MGM crowd began to buzz in appreciation, not for violence, but for perfection. Even those who came to boo started to applaud. Canelo, the 23-year-old phenom, found himself inside a maze he couldn't solve. His strength meant nothing. His power was blunted by distance, his rhythm destroyed by Floyd's fates. Mayweather's father, from the corner, urged him to relax, to keep doing what he was doing. Floyd nodded, breathing through his nose, as if meditating in motion. Each round was like a page in a textbook, and Floyd was the author, the editor, and the final exam. Every second that passed proved why no one had solved the puzzle for nearly 2 decades. Round 7. Canelo's punches whistled by, grazing shoulders and gloves, while Floyd's shots found clean airspace through the middle. A double jab, a right cross, a pivot, then another. It wasn't power, it was precision that broke Canelo's rhythm. He was being beaten by physics, by geometry, by timing itself. The crowd began to chant Floyd's name, some reluctantly, others in awe. Canelo's corner shouted in desperation, urging him to throw combinations, to take risks. But the young man was hesitant now. Every time he opened up, he got tagged. Mayweather's smile grew wider. His right hand to the temple landed again and again like a signature. Canelo's composure remained, but his confidence had cracked. His eyes showed respect, the kind that can only come when one realizes they're in the ring with greatness. The MGM Grand had witnessed knockouts before, but rarely had it seen domination like this, an exhibition of control so complete that violence became art. In the championship rounds, the lesson became cruelly clear. Canelo, still pushing forward, threw wide hooks to the body, but Mayweather neutralized them with ease, tying him up, rolling away, resetting the pace. Floyd's jab continued to sting, his movement a constant riddle. The crowd, those who understood the game, stood in admiration of the man in blue snakeskin. Mayweather didn't need to hurt his opponent to break him. He just needed to show him that every plan he had was useless. The frustration in Canelo's corner was palpable. They urged him to dig deep, to make it rough, but Mayweather was untouchable. He was dancing now, not literally, but rhythmically, gliding around the ring with perfect composure. When Canelo finally landed a clean right, Floyd countered instantly, tagging him with 2 sharp hooks before slipping out. The round ended with Mayweather standing tall, unmarked, eyes focused, almost serene. Canelo slumped to his stool, still proud but bewildered. He had landed fewer than any opponent Floyd had faced in years. By the 11th round, the narrative had been written in clear ink. Mayweather's control was absolute. He barely broke a sweat as Canelo swung in vain, his youthful energy drained by futility. Every movement from Floyd had purpose. Every pivot, every feint, every jab. His ring IQ was on another level entirely. He anticipated punches before they existed, reading Canelo's rhythm like a conductor leading an orchestra. When Canelo did connect, Floyd rolled with it, nullifying its power with effortless head movement. The fans understood what they were witnessing: generational dominance. This wasn't a brawl, it was a lesson, one that would shape the Mexican star's future forever. As the final minute ticked down, Canelo kept trying, proud to the end, refusing to break. But Floyd kept painting, touching him, turning him, teasing him. Every bell brought another layer of admiration for Mayweather's craft. He had turned a dangerous fight into a masterpiece of control. The final round began under a chorus of cheers and applause. Mayweather moved lightly, his gloves low, inviting Canelo forward one last time. The young man, determined to prove his heart, charged in with combinations to the body. But Floyd's counters came faster, cleaner, sharper. A right hand snapped Canelo's head back, then a quick left hook followed. Floyd slipped along the ropes, smiling, talking, utterly relaxed. Canelo kept pressing, but the accuracy gap was insurmountable. The bell rang after 12 rounds of pure artistry, and both men raised their hands. Not as rivals anymore, but as craftsmen who had shared a sacred stage. The crowd roared in appreciation. They knew what they had seen, one of the greatest exhibitions of boxing skill ever performed. Floyd hugged Canelo, whispered something only they would ever know, and walked back to his corner, untouched, undefeated, untouchable. Then came the decision. The announcer's voice echoed through the arena. Judge C.J. Ross scores the bout 114-114, a draw. The crowd erupted in confusion and disbelief. But the other two scorecards told the truth. 117-111, 116-112, both for Floyd Mayweather. The hand of the undefeated champion was raised once again. Floyd smiled, calm as ever, not surprised, not overwhelmed. He had done what he always did, made great fighters look ordinary. The camera zoomed in on Canelo, who nodded respectfully, knowing he had just been taught by a master. Mayweather, with his legacy intact, with perfection untouched, had once again proven that brilliance doesn't shout, it whispers. In the heart of Las Vegas, under the golden lights and deafening roars, the sport had witnessed not a war, but a symphony, conducted by the man known simply as money. And as the night faded, one truth remained. Greatness had been redefined, and its name was Floyd Mayweather.